Strong power, strong partner. Ravenol and the Formula 3.
Well, it's still summertime in northern Italy, and the beautiful landscape around the atmospheric city of Imola gives the perfect background for a great motorsport weekend. After a year's pause, the FIA Formula 3 European Championship is back at the Autodromo Enzo Dino Ferrari, the 9th race weekend of the 2016 season. Welcome to the FIA Formula 3 magazine show. Well, this weekend it's all about the fight for the championship, and overall leader Lance Stroll arrives at Imola with a 68-point lead and has the best chances to wrap up the title.
Hi, my name is Lance Stroll. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Canada and I'm driving for Prema Power Team. Yeah, so I started off at 8 years old, go-karting in Canada. Then I moved on to Europe at 12 years old to compete internationally. And from there it started getting serious. I did a few years in Europe until 14 years old. Then I moved on to FIA Formula 4 in Italy, and I won the championship in my first season there. Then I went to New Zealand in early 2015 and took victory in the championship there as well. I competed last year in FIA Formula 3, and I'm back for my second season. Few supporters. Obviously my father helped me from the beginning financially. It's just kind of that role as a father to help your son through motorsport, and he's done so from the beginning. I work with Williams Formula 1 team. I'm in their junior development program, as well Prema helps me try and win races. Yeah. My idol in motorsport is actually not really in Formula 1. I really admire Sebastian Loeb in rally cars. I think he's an extremely good driver. He's extremely competitive, and he's won so many times. And not only in rally, he's done many different championships. He's always been competitive. So for me, that's really a guy I have to take my hat off to. There's combinations of different tracks that I really like. I think here is one of them. The Hungaroring is really a track I enjoy to drive, especially with the new surface. It's very smooth, it's very technical, and it's extremely fun to drive. Yeah, and there's bits and pieces of every circuit around the world that I always enjoy.
Well, Stroll's closest rival in the hunt for the title is his teammate Maximilian Günther, but right from the get-go here in Imola, the German has had some technical problems.
Beginning in every practice with an early crash where we lost a lot of track time, and then for qualifying it was difficult to get everything prepared well again.
Well, as a consequence, Günther is only starting from 17th on the grid.
Hi, I'm Callum. I'm here with Van Amersfoort Racing. I'm going to take you on board with me around Imola.
So we come onto the straight. This is where the most overtaking will be in the races as you get the slipstream. Down into turn 1, which will be a late braking over the bumps. Keep it in 4th gear around the first section. You carry as much speed as possible through it and get a good exit. Now onto one of the smaller straights. Get it up to 6th gear, probably 215 kilometers an hour, into a fast left and keep it to the left for the right, which you'll be in 4th gear for. Try and get a reasonable exit. Then nice smooth braking into a sort of long hairpin, which is 2nd gear. Get a nice exit up the hill. Then we come to one of the quickest corners on the track, Piratella, which is 5th gear. Just gently braking into it, trying to avoid the exit curve too much. Then back down the hill. This is another quick section straight into really hard braking before you go up the hill in 3rd gear, where track limits will be an issue if you push it too much. We then come to a slower chicane, 2nd gear, trying to slow it down nice and early, get the first curb and the second curb, and try and get a good exit as well out of it. Now down the hill, probably max out about 220 kilometers an hour in 6th gear. Yeah, this is one of the fastest sections. It's quite hard to overtake here, but it can be done. Braking late, take a bit of the first curb and the exit curb, opening it up for the last corner, then back onto the main straight. Yeah, that is the lap, and thank you. Should be a good weekend.
Well, thank you very much, Callum Arlott, and straight into race one. It's Lance Stroll who keeps the first position ahead of Nico Kari, who defends his second place heading into turn one. Whilst they all get through the first sequence of corners, Nico Kari trying to put Lance Stroll under pressure up front, but the Prema Power Team car perfectly placed. Well, Maximilian Günther, let's not forget, coming through from the back as the field head up to Piratella, one of the cars further back, just using a bit of the grass and a bit more. But as the lap comes to an end, Lance Stroll with a good lead over Nico Kari. Nick Cassidy it is in third, ahead of the Brit George Russell. His first race 30 minutes long. And as we look back at the replay, David Beckman, the Muka Motorsport number 8, gaining some positions on the outside. And Joel Eriksson off the track there at the top of the hill. That on the opening lap. And as the time ticks away, Lance Stroll taking Nico Kari with him there, first and second. Nick Cassidy starting to drop back in third place. Two Prema Power Team cars in the top three. Pedro Piquet and Maximilian Günther both running wide there. But this time, Pedro Piquet parking it in the gravel with no chance of getting out. Well, the safety car comes out because of Piquet's car, as that is recovered back to a safe position. And you can see down into Acqua Minerale, just losing the rear. BMW safety car called into action. 22 minutes of the race still to go. Pedro Piquet trudging away. Lance Stroll took the green flag at the restart. But there was action further back right away. Joel Eriksson, the number 22 Motor Park car, managing to pass George Russell. And that was for fourth place. David Beckman managing to pass Antoine Hubert. And Beckman in the orange number 8 livery car, bullying his way through there for 7th. And it wasn't long before Eriksson was up to the back of Nick Cassidy. Eriksson, the number 21. Just making a move at the first corner, passing Cassidy for third place. Meanwhile, David Beckman went off. And Beckman's Muka Motorsport machine off into the gravel. That brought out a safety car with 11 minutes to go. Maximilian Günther, the number 17 Prema Power Team car, down in 12th place after that lowly starting grid. Not the race he would have hoped for, with his teammate back out in front, taking the restart, still ahead of Nico Kari, but having to go defensive into turn one. The Red Bull livery car of Kari all the way around the outside. A cracking move from the Motor Park man. And now Lance Stroll with some work to do. Nico Kari, the Finn, heading the Canadian Lance Stroll. Sergio Sette Camara, also in a Red Bull livery car. Well, he's had to retire. His incident, or damage caused with an incident with David Beckman. We saw David Beckman bringing out the safety car. So those two have been in the wars. And on the final lap, the sister car, the Red Bull livery car of Nico Carey, crossing the line ahead of Lance Stroll to win the first race here at Imola. A cracking start to the weekend for the Finn, but Lance Stroll with more points in the championship fight. So Nico Carey at the top of the tree ahead of Lance Stroll. Joel Eriksson got up onto the rostrum ahead of Nick Cassidy. George Russell was 5th. A good result for the Brit. He'll be hoping for more, though, in race 2.
This race was really good. I could keep up the tires really well till the end. And then I had the opportunity to go around the outside, so I did. So it worked out, and I gained position, and I was just trying to focus and keep going ahead, and it worked out.
Nico got it right, the second safety car restart. I was able to get in my slipstream and then overtake me into corner 1. So yeah, part of racing, but I think in terms of championship point of view, it was a great race. You know, I'm not racing Nico anymore. You know, I'm racing Maxi, my teammate, and he got no points, second place. I think it was definitely a good race.
It feels really great, of course, and I'm really happy because the pace was really good. We were missing a bit pace on qualifying, but we were really hard working yesterday, and then we found some good pieces, and then we put it together now, and it was really good.
Strong power, strong partner. Ravenol and the Formula 3.
Well, we're in Imola for the 9th race weekend of the 2016 FIA Formula 3 Championship. And in motorsport, there's a lot of emphasis on the technical aspects. Well, we take a look closer now into the doings of the Prema Power Team. Well, it's the first F3 season for Ralph Aron, and he talks us through his learning curve.
We can see everything you want to see. Throttle application, brake application, whatever, gear shifts, speeds, the steering trace, and so on. So we can see almost everything. During the weekend we have all sorts of meetings before each session, after each session, then we analyze all the data and videos with engineers, and we have everything we need to improve, and then we can compare with the teammates. It's a really big help. Every time you go on the track, you gain some experience. It's never the same. You always do something different. You always find something, and every time you go on the track to find something. So, but yeah, data helps a lot.
Well, let's hope Ralph Aron's done his technical homework for race 2. Disaster still for Maximilian Günther. A penalty in qualifying 2. I mean, he starts from the back of the grid in race 2 and 3.
The regulation regarding the airbox test. That's a real pity because he didn't get any advantage, but that's the regulation. We need to accept it.
With the exclusion of Günther, that means his chances to fight for the championship are effectively over, and it means Lance Stroll, who starts from pole, needs 14 points more than Günther to celebrate the championship win after this second race. Well, Lance Stroll it was who got a good start away from pole position, and he led the field into turn 1. Joel Eriksson slotted in second, with George Russell and Callum Ilott just behind. Joel Eriksson, the number 22, running wide. That allowed George Russell to take second place over the start and finish line to start the second lap. And further back, it didn't work out for Callum Ilott. He found himself out of the race. So the Van Amersfoort Racing car beached in the gravel and brought out the safety car unsurprisingly, and it meant Lance Stroll had yet another restart to contend with. Well, down at the bottom of the hill. Callum Miller just outbraking himself. And, well, he might try and get out of the gravel, but it wasn't to be. Safety car has been out, then back in. Lance Stroll it is who controls the race perfectly at the restart. And further back, it looks as though Maximilian Günther has well, had his work cut out further back. Is he or is he not in trouble? Well, there is Maximilian Günther. And he's fighting hard. And he has to. His teammate is comfortably out front. Championship looks to be going in the way of Lance Stroll, and well, it looks definitely to be going in the direction of Lance Stroll, because look at that. That is a heavily damaged car. It's Maximilian Günther, and he looks to have suffered a high-speed incident. And we didn't see the beginning of that, but he'd gone off on the exit of the final corner. And Günther, it's good to see the German out of the car. He looks glum, and that is because he now knows he's out of the race, and his teammate and championship rival is leading. Well, Joel Eriksson, just like in race 1, set his sights on George Russell, and a good aggressive move around the outside of turn mark 1 means the Swede up to second place in his motor park car. Running wide, Sergio Sette Camara. He had an issue with Beckman in race 1 that saw him retire, and race 2 not going any better for the Brazilian. And just like in race 1, David Beckman out. And just like in race 1, David Beckman, the German aboard his Muka Motorsport car, brings out the safety car. Well, it's more laps that Lance Stroll doesn't need to contend with any of his rivals trying to pass him, but he will need to contend with the restart as David Beckman gets helped out of his car. Across the line to finish this second race on the top step of the rostrum. Lance Stroll wins the race and celebrates becoming champion of the 2016 FIA Formula 3 Championship. A great result for the young Canadian, and this is what it meant to him and his Prema Power Team crew. Lance Stroll, winner of the second race, crowned champion of this FIA Formula 3 Championship, with races still to come.
It's incredible. Yeah, I'm speechless. You know, words can't describe how amazing this moment is. You know, I've been waiting for it for a long time. And, finally today it came, and it's just so amazing.
We showed a good performance today compared to Prema, so yeah, I'm really happy, I have to say.
Strong power, strong partner. Ravenol and the Formula 3.
Well, there are still 4 races to complete in this FIA Formula 3 Championship, but Lance Stroll is already crowned champion of 2016.
For the team and myself, it's just so amazing. Taking the win in the European Championship is just so amazing, and words can't describe how I feel.
Newly crowned champion finds himself yet again on pole position for race 3. And yet again gets a good start away from pole position. Further back, George Russell facing Joel Eriksson, the number 12 of George Russell up the inside of Ericsson into turn 1. He slots into second place, Ericsson down to third, and then Callum Imola looks to be in and around Ralph Aron. They're fighting for third place. Pedro Piquet in the wars again. And Nico Carey, the winner of race 1, out of this third race on the opening lap. Lance Stroll starting to look commanding out front. And further back, his teammate Joel Eriksson. Ralph Aron ahead of Joel Eriksson for 5th place. And Harrison Newey aboard the Van Amersfoort Dallara out of the race with right rear suspension failure. George Russell still ahead of Callum Imola, the two Brits second and third with 7 minutes left on the clock. Lance Stroll out front, a commanding margin now for the Canadian, and it's down to these two to fight it out for those second and third places. Callum Imola getting very, very sideways. He's definitely pushing hard. George Russell looking the more composed of the two in second place. Callum Imola doing his best to keep hold of George Russell. And the two teammates putting on a show here for the Italian fans at Imola. Ben Barnicoat further back, just behind Maximilian Günther. Günther in 12th, Ben Barnicoat aboard the Racing Steps machine in 13th. He's got Nikita Mazepan behind him as well. And still the battle rages between George Russell and Callum Imola. Onto the final lap now. You can just about see Lance Stroll heading into Piratella. As we heard earlier on from the Canadian, a really fast long left-hander down the hill now. Some iconic corners and corner names here at Imola. And the young F3 stars of the future, mastering these turns, none more so than Lance Stroll. And it's been a dream weekend for the newly crowned champion. Through the penultimate corner, and he's going to cross the line to make it 2 wins out of 3 here at Imola. He was second in race 1, and he comes away, don't forget, with the 2016 crown as well. The Prema Power Team crew look on. They clapped their man over the line. George Russell it was who held on for second ahead of Callum Imola. And, well, Ralph Aron in 4th in the second Prema Power Team car.
Races we were really struggling, but nevertheless we came away with 18 points, and yeah, I'm happy with it.
I think the highlight of the weekend is taking the championship, and you know, taking the win in race 3 with a good margin. It was also really nice to finish off the weekend, and tonight we can celebrate a bit.
Well, no doubts who the worthy champion is. Lance Stroll, he's dominated the weekend here at Imola, and he leaves champion of the world.
Strong power, strong partner. Ravenol and the Formula